This is part 4 of the video series about building a simple database along with two SQL statements, a select and an insert. The tools used to create and populate the database will be DBBrowser and Python. This fourth part is about creating the database and entering the data using DBBrowser. I'll briefly recap the previous steps about defining and normalizing the film and actor entities that will become tables in the database. The first step was to define the actor and film entities and then normalize the many-to-many relationship via a linking table. Next, the primary and foreign key values were defined within the appropriate entities, linking the entities together. Third, the test data was defined, paying special attention to the values to put into the actor-film linking table. This video is about building in DBBrowser the tables and inserting the data and then linking the table entries via the key values. I've already built and populated the database. The main steps are open up DBBrowser, create a new database where you will create a file that will contain all your tables and all your data. Then you will create a table that you need from your design. And here you just keep on adding fields that you'll need in your table. And if you notice underneath, it's creating a table by building the SQL command that DBBrowser is going to execute. 3 tables I created for this application are actor. Now if I open that up, you can see that DBBrowser shows all the values I've already defined. And if I want to change that, I can modify the table. And here is my table name. Here are my values of my attributes: actor ID, name, nationality and date of birth of the actor. I used DBBrowser to define the data type. The actor ID is an integer, name is text, nationality is text, and date of birth is an integer. These columns are NN is not null, meaning that these attributes, actor ID, name, and nationality, must have a value, but I didn't make date of birth compulsory to have a value. Then the primary key is the attribute that has the tick here in the PK column, so that's actor ID. AI is auto increment. So I'm letting the database automatically assign an actor ID key value, which is unique. And this is what's going to go into the link table. And U means that value must be unique. So the database is automatically creating the actor ID value when we add a new actor, and that will be unique. But also I'm saying that the names of the actors must be unique. If you look down here in the SQL portion, it's created an SQL command that corresponds to these parameters here. We're going to create a table with the name of actor and the attributes actor ID, name, nationality, date of birth, and the properties of being integers, not null or unique. And at the end we have the primary key is the attribute actor ID, and this table is auto incremented. Similarly for film, I just look at the SQL, this input screen has created a table called film with 1, 2, 3, 4 attributes: the film ID, the film title, the release year, and the genre. The primary key is the film ID, and it's auto incremented. And then actor film has an actor film ID, which is auto incremented. So it's primary key. And then the foreign keys, actor ID and film ID, are defined first of all, and then subsequently defined as foreign keys, which references the table and the field in the other table that is the primary key. Now, how does this foreign key value get added? Well, if we scroll across here, you'll notice there is a foreign key field. And if you click in there, it will enable you to add in the table name and the attribute that is the primary key in the other table. That's the definition of the tables, but initially they contain no data. So when I populated the tables, I went to the Browse Data tab, and you can select the table here, the ones that you have defined: actor, actor film, or film. And if you want to add a new record, you can scroll across here and select this option: insert a new record in the current table. And that will create a new line. In this case, the actor ID is auto incremented. You can type the actor name, and for now I don't know John Cleese's date of birth. And then I can write the changes to my database file. Similarly, if I want to add a film, I can go to the film table, Browse Data tab, insert a new row, and it's created a new film record with a film ID of 26, and I'm going to add a fish called Wanda. I will assume for now it was produced in 1980 and it's a comedy. Now I want to link by hand actor ID 17 John Cleese with a film ID 26, 17 to 26 film. Now I'm going to insert into actor film in the attributes actor ID and film ID the values 17 and 26. If you look row 37, it's added those values, but I have to write those changes. And that's it.